As you can see, I have taken a detour. We are heading over to Fort Christmas, which is in the city of, or the town of Christmas. The um, the pork chop is still cooking. You can see I put the safety straps on there. I have flipped it over using a fork, and cooking the other side. It's pretty much done, but we're gonna kind of brown it a little bit. And I decided to come over to check out Fort Christmas. Haven't been here in such a long time. Um, it's a free park for those of you passing through. It is located on just off State Road 50, SR 50, between Orlando and Port Canaveral. And Titusville, actually, is what 50 runs through. But this is the visitor center and stuff. They have like historical stuff in there, all in these buildings, and it looks like they're reconstructing something. They're building it from scratch, it looks like. Yeah, they're building a Quaker house from scratch. Post office, new foundation and renovation. So they're renovating the post office, the Fort Christmas post office. But it looks like they're using all new material, so I don't know what's left of the old. But basically, I'm going to come here to eat. You can see these are the old houses. This is an old schoolhouse, I think. So I've done tours before, but I might go ahead and do another one since it's been a couple years. You can see the car steaming up from the heat here because I'm not driving fast enough. But I'm going to roll the windows down and let the aroma out. I smell like a Chinese restaurant. Okay, the food is done. I am going to go ahead and shut the whole system down. So to shut off the rice cooker, I flip the switch right here, and that shuts that down. You can see the inverter is going back up in power. It does need to charge. I'm going to go ahead and shut the inverter off and show you what the food looks like. And then they actually have like picnic benches and stuff. Like, I don't know if you can see back there, as well as on the other side there. So if I wanted to, I could eat at the picnic benches. But I'm gonna go ahead and show off or test the car's built-in table. So, I've got my utensils all in here, plates here. So we're gonna go ahead and put together a serving. Man, it's actually kind of cold out here. Let's see what the temperature is. By the way, I was getting 21.8 miles per gallon on this trip, so that's pretty good. Let's see, it's 52 degrees outside. So, a little bit chilly. But I'm going to go ahead and put the windows back up a little bit. I hate this new push button thing, so it doesn't get too cold in here. And we're going to go ahead and prepare the food to serve. But this is what the pork chop looks like. Ooh, look at that steam. I guess once the steam clears, you can see what it looks like. Doesn't that look good? Freshly cooked. I do have a second piece of pork chop, which I'm going to go ahead and cook up on the drive home. That way, I'll have a pork chop for lunch too. Pork chop for breakfast and lunch. But I'm going to go ahead and prepare the meal here, and then show you how everything works. All right, so I took the pot out, so you can see I have my two warm food items. I have the rice as well as the cooked pork chop. And what I'm going to do is take my tabletop here, and it just goes on here, goes on there. Try to get it in, and there's a pin that I put this in. I need to unbuckle and shut the system down. I'm going to go ahead and shut the car off. It's still running. All right. And turn off the connection here. This is what allows the system to charge up. But anyhow, I have to put this pin in there to make sure that it doesn't fall apart. Oh, my light's still on. What's it saying? Why is it beeping? Lights on, keys are still in the car. It's telling me, take the key out of the car. Don't lock yourself out. Anyhow, this pin goes through here. I don't know if I have it on the right side. I may have it on the wrong side. Yeah, if I do, just flip it around. Yeah. I gotta remind myself that I have the hole going that way. So when I flip it in, so I can flip that through, and now it's, you know, it slides through and locks the thing in place. So now it's just a matter of preparing the rice and the meat. So let me go ahead and get the stuff up here. I got my rice, and I have my pork, and I gotta get my plate. I'm gonna rinse all this stuff off because it might have dust and stuff on it, even though these are all pretty much brand new. But let me get this out, and then let's see, I got my plates here. Get that out of the way for now. And we're gonna use one of these white plates, but I'm gonna rinse it off, but I'm not gonna film that since my hand's gonna be busy cleaning. We're just gonna get some water and rinse it off and wipe it out. All right, I've scooped up the rice and am ready to get the pork chop. I do have a knife, which I can use if I want to be civilized. You can see we've got leftover grease and other stuff that I'm going to use to flavor the second one that I'm going to be cooking up in it shortly here. So I'm going to cook a second one on my drive back home. And for now, we're just going to set this stuff aside here. I'll just set that aside right there. But let's take a look at the pork chop and see how done it is. If it's done, you know, pork should be white on the inside. I'm going to take a look. And you can see even the spoon can cut right through it. And it is nice and white, so it is pretty much cooked. You can still see the steam coming off. Food is nice and hot. So there goes Casper, the friendly host, making the ghost noises again. I gotta fix that thing. It's an actuator for the vent, you know, for the AC and the air when you turn on the fan. But anyhow, this is the food. Let's go ahead and have a taste test and wrap up the video. So I got a chunk here. You know what would make it complete is if I made pepper sauce to go with this. Pork chop with rice and the Thai chili pepper sauce is delicious. Hard to eat it with one hand while filming, but I'm going to try to do it. Not much greens here, but I did have salad earlier. I made like a sandwich. You know, in addition to making hot food, you can always make like cold cut sandwiches with cheese and lettuce and tomatoes and onions and things like that. So, you know, that's like I guess a staple for traveling. But having the ability to cook food, hot food while you're driving, you know, can give you like a decent meal that just makes you not feel like you're missing anything. You know, you're able to cook fairly elaborate meals. I can cook pork chops, I can cook ribs, I can cook steak. You know, we've tried making popcorn, and also basically almost anything you can cook. I can cook spaghetti, ramen, noodles, everything that you could cook to eat at your house almost, you know, that would fit inside a rice cooker. You can pretty much cook here using the system. So let's go ahead and have a taste test and see how it tastes. Oh my goodness. That pork chop hits the spot. Tastes so good. I couldn't even tell the difference in taste from how I cook it at home versus how I cook it here. At home, typically, I will put it in a what do you call those ovens? It's a toaster oven. I put it in a toaster oven and heat it for about 25 minutes or so. But, you know, I put the same coating and everything on it, and I don't mess with it. It's the same as here. I mean, I put the soy sauce, the badia, and the chopped or minced onions, and just let it cook. So a fairly easy meal, nice and hot. I will be showing how I hook up the whole system in the build video when I show off and, you know, the tour of the van. So those of you interested in doing this, it's not that hard. It's something you can do, and it does allow you to serve hot food. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you know people who might benefit from this, make sure you share this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. I hope everybody's having a great day and eating good food. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.